What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today, another tutorial. I'm just gonna do a short devlog. I've been working on my own game. The last map, adult mode. There are still some other maps which I have to, or levels which I have to change to adult mode. And adult mode doesn't mean 18 plus. It's just very difficult. And I try to get some inspiration here from Hollow Knight, the Crystal Peak. And I managed to add like a laser, shooting lasers like that. And it's also nice that the sound effect goes away when I'm away. Before I didn't know how to do that, but I figured it out. I also added a mechanic when I fire with the mouse. I can teleport where the bomb is flying, and I can also shoot it in a direction where I want. Whoops, and now I'm stuck in the ground. So I'm not very satisfied yet with this mechanic, but I do like the idea. Also shooting towards where I click the mouse, that was tricky enough to figure out. I can also cancel it and shoot it again with the right mouse knob, but I don't really use it in my game. I also don't think I will implement. I just wanted to test it. And all right, so let's play the level. I also added these rotating platforms, which is pretty cool. Also, these orbs rotate around the center. I've got my usual enemies there, which I can just shoot down. Here I've got some tricky wall jumping, also some lasers assaulting me, which is pretty cool. There we go. And there's a life to the right. This is all quite tricky. It's because I've done it too many times now, I suppose, so it looks easy. So this one I also made. So it's pretty cool. Letting the laser go all the way around. I also put there a heart. I actually put it in the corner. I realized now it doesn't really make sense because it gets moved by the laser. I also made some bouncing orbs here. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna leave those there. And actually a lot of work goes into this. And then I tried to make a mini boss fight. And once you get into the fight, the snail is not a boss. You can see a life bar below. And I have to shoot the crystals, and you can see that the bar is going down. But I'm also being assaulted by a lot of orbs. And this one is nice because I can't shoot through these lasers, and I also need to recharge at some point. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Yep, I know they kind of disappear after a while, but they will come back if I don't kill the boss fast enough. I've also got some orbs following me. I'm probably gonna die now. Ah! Why didn't I just win that? I think I'm just gonna fast forward. Oh shit. Ah, that's interesting. Ouch. So let's try again. I'm just gonna try to shoot as much as possible this time, not messing around. You're gonna lose this time, buddy. So you see it was actually quite easy. And I should get those lives. And yeah, I should also destroy those, I suppose, the moment the boss is gone. So I think that was, of course, I knew how to make the boss. It was easy for me to defeat it, but perhaps I challenge you to give it a try. That is the first half of the level, and then it will continue and do a little bit more trickier half. So that's pretty cool. Some of the effects here, if we want to look a little bit closer into this level. So I've got a lot. Let's have a look at the enemies. There's the, so I've got the rotating orbs, which is it's right here. And the setup is quite easy. Oops, not this one. Yeah, so the moment I'm triggering it, then it will destroy itself and give me a damage. So it won't bother me. Maybe I can also leave it running there. That's a question. It's very easy. I use the rotate around and I add one more object, the center, which is there zeroed out with the enemy, and then an orb. And this is just the usual particle system, which is pretty cool. And I'm just having it with the easy FSM turn around here. What other enemies did I make? I made the bouncing ones. Nothing much to it really. What I did was, if I grab one here, and this one has a rigid body and the bounce 100%, so the bounce value of 1. So it means a perfect bounce. It will keep the bounce. As long as the platform doesn't also have a bounciness, then it will be a little bit more and it will go higher, higher, higher. So make sure to align that. For the rest, it's the same. Nothing special on it. It's the bounce. And following orb, yeah, I actually made some. And I would like to show you. Where can I find it? Maybe over here. Yeah, rotating follow up. So I'm just gonna put it there, and it's rotating and just normal follow orb. And what I did was follow. So with the normal follow one, I just move towards. And what I keep doing is getting the target position, Emily position, which is a global. And on the player, I have, let's say, a position somewhere, get position, which is constantly updating and telling everyone where the position is. So, which is quite handy, so you can make enemies shoot towards you quite easily by using that. Make sure to check it out. And now I put a lot of stuff. Rotating, I did the same. Move towards Emily's position, and I just made it rotating here. So to rotate around the center, but it will slowly move towards the player. So perhaps you've played Spelunky before with the ghost or something, and I think it's set up in a similar way. So you can see it will slowly move towards me, and it will just slowly move towards me. Now, actually, I wanted to show, perhaps, now I can use the teleport. Yeah, very good. Okay, so after a certain amount of time, well, it's quite loud, I made sure to turn it off, but it will follow me around, trust me. So that's pretty cool. What else do we have? Yeah, the lasers. I made a laser block. And I've got here 2 lasers. And I've got one particle effect to make this start effect. And then I have a laser. And I play in audio. And on the audio source, which is a very good trick to know, you should have the spatial blend to 3D. And once you do this, you can set the zone of the sound. You can see the circle. So if I enter the circle, I can only hear it a very little bit. And you can always see where's the listener. The listener is on the camera. And the moment I enter and I get closer, the sound will go up. So make sure to use this. Because if you have it on 2D, you will hear it everywhere in the level if you have somewhere a sound. So please check that out. And the laser itself, I put a box collider here. So there's a box collider. This is the area where it will hit with the enemy tag. And I just turn on and off this box collider the moment the laser shoots. And I know about how many seconds the laser shoot because I set it up in such a way. And I also made sure that where the laser is hitting, it has an additional particle effect. Oh, that's pretty cool. The moving one was a little bit tricky. I wanted to copy this Hollow Knight one with the guy walking. Didn't have too much time though, but I just want to set it up and see if it works. And yeah, what I'm doing is I put 4 locations here, and I want to try to do this with a raycast as well and just have it move around by itself. But now I set it up like as a total noob, programming noob. I just rotate the angle, and once I head to target, I make sure that the angle is set to the right angle, and currently I use the Z angle, which is also kind of not ideal. It's because the particle system, I was playing around with it too much, and it's pointing in weird directions to get the desired effect. Never mind that, but I just use the rotate with the angle every frame. Fixed update, make sure to use fixed update. I once did it without it, and then it started messing around after a while. Right. One other thing I want to let you know is hearts. So I have a health system on the player. And usually, of course, if you have a prefab of a heart, sometimes it doesn't, then you cannot add an object. So let me just show you how I did it. Heart. And what I do here is get trigger 2D info, and I have a global variable of a game object called Emily when there's nothing in. But the moment I have a trigger, I get the trigger 2D info, and then I can play around with these get FSMs, because here a specify game object is then a global variable. So make sure to use it, and that way you can send events again and put stuff on prefabs outside of the scene. So that's pretty cool. What else did I do? Yeah, as I said, I was messing around with the teleporter, but I don't think I will use this anytime soon. I also played a lot around with lightning, as you can see, and particle effects in the background. Yeah, still, ow. It's so loud if I'm not in game. So I'm still trying to polish this a little bit and make the level, of course, bigger. Actually, this took me quite some while. Of course, this is all a little bit redundant down here. Yeah, I just made the platform. As you can see here, I used the platform for my other levels, and I combine it with the crystals, which I actually just stole from Hollow Knight. Yeah, I know, I'm very creative. I'm very creative in combining them, as you can see in this footage. So I've got the mini boss fight here, and this is just the mini boss actually. This trigger is called the trigger, and there's the boss health, which is 25, and the boss health is connected with a UI slider. So what I did was I added another slider, the boss slider. If I press F, it's below here, and I just hid it away with the canvas group. If I put 1, you can see the slider there. And I'm just going to put it 0. And the moment I trigger, so the moment I trigger the boss attack, then whoops, you can see it's very long. Then I set the canvas on 1. And what I also do is I remove this trigger because I made it all in one item, which was a mistake. But I just disable this trigger, and these 2 triggers are also disabled from the start actually. And I first make the, let's say, platform shake a little bit, play some sounds, make some dust come out here and there. So that's why there's a lot of spawn points here. And then I have a lot of spawn points to the right and to the left. And what I do, of course, is I turn on the triggers, which I can damage. So here to the right and to the left. So that's where I can put damage. So I don't give any hints to the player. They have to figure it out by themselves. At some point they will shoot. Perhaps they don't have energy. That's why I also put an energy charge in the middle. But the middle is, of course, a tough spot to stand. So probably people will go once through the level and have to redo it again. I guess. I think. And it's quite straightforward. So once I start shooting, I just, let's say every time I wait 1 second and I shoot one of those magic balls or orbs, whatever you want to call it. And first I go shoot from the left and I go shoot from the right. And then I'm just going to spawn 2 of those laser platforms. So what I did was I took this one and I made a prefab out of it. And I added a timer of, I think, 20 seconds or 15 seconds that it will destroy itself after a while. I just spawn them on top there. Then I wait a while again and I start shooting. And at some point, I'm also spawning then those magic orbs, the rotating follow orb, which will then also come slowly down towards the player just to give him stress, you know. And the nice thing is, once it's done, it will just start again from the top. So it will start again with shooting. And what I did with the boss health is the 25 is connected with the slider. So its slider gets updated every time. And every time it's still alive, so I do a float compare of 25 and I'm just checking for 1. Check this one with 1. As long as it's 1, if it's higher, it's alive, or equal, it's alive. If it's below, then game over. Then I do the oof sound, which is kind of ridiculous if you ask me. It's for the snails, but just to have a sound there. And I send the event boss dead, which is in the boss attack. I could have made this separate if I wanted to. And then I just create dust at both areas and the rock falling sound. And I spawn some hearts at all the spawn locations where the enemies spawn. And then I destroy these objects. And also the boss slider, because I just don't want to see it anymore. And then the idea is just continue the level here or here, wherever, that the player can continue. And of course, I had it set up in a way that there's an invisible wall here. So on the spike, there is an event platform, yeah, like this. And I suppose you can get through this damage and then jump on top of this and then wall jump. Maybe you can get out. I'm not so sure. Perhaps I should make it higher. Or otherwise I will just put another collider without the ground there. But for now, I'm just going to leave it like this. Great. So I hope it gave you an overview, gave you some ideas. What I'm trying to do is just copy famous games and copy some of their mechanics and see if I can make it happen with Playmaker. And once I come across fun mechanics, that's when I want to show you guys or put it in a tutorial. I might work on another tutorial this week, get it up. I saw some stuff in the comments as well. Let's say a level unlock system. It's quite tricky actually. I looked into it. But I might have a solution in the near future. Anyway, if you liked the video, please subscribe. Just stick around for more. If you have certain requests, specific requests, just let me know. I always look into them. If I can make a tutorial, I'm not so sure. I'm also still a noob, as you can see. So that's what it is. Thanks, guys, and I will see you guys next time. Cheers.